So, this has been an exciting week for piracy. Not that the rest of the last year hasn't been exciting, but this has been a particularly exciting week.
Right. We are doing this 48 hours from the rather daring rescue by Navy SEALs of the captain of the Maersk. Is that how you pronounce it?
I believe it is pronounced Maersk, yes.
The Maersk, Alabama. Mm-hmm. And then the sort of question we're asking and the question we're going to be talking about today is, what are the next steps? Will there be a global war on piracy, or will there be something else, and how fraught with danger is any of the policy options available to us?
Right, exactly. And it's already clear this morning and yesterday that this seizure, this rescue of hostage, and a French rescue of a French hostage, which preceded this one by 2 or 3 days, have not deterred the pirates from continuing their pirate-oriented activities.
No, there was an AP report. They've already seized 3 ships in the last 24 hours.
Right. They're seizing ships, and so I mean that really shouldn't be expected because. After all, we're not talking about some sort of singular pirate lord somewhere that's on Somalia who could be deterred, right? We're talking about dozens of different little criminal gangs. And it's not clear why one of these gangs, which may have set out weeks ago to go and seize its ships, would be deterred by this sort of event. In that sense, it's much more like fighting drug gangs or something like that than fighting a singular terrorist organization. So, I mean, and there's a lot of interesting stuff with regards to deterrence theory and so forth and how you would go about deterring pirates. I think it's fair to say that piracy is probably dangerous enough that just shooting 3 additional pirates is not going to be the thing that transforms the pirate situation.
No, that's a safe statement.
Right.
But, I mean, let me push you on the deterrence thing, because it strikes me that the problem we've got here, as you said, is that it would be easier if there was a central pirate. It would be easier if there was somewhere Johnny Depp, with the bad makeup, and we knew that he was in charge. As you said, since it's incredibly loose and decentralized, and furthermore, since, as I understand it, the pirates are in this almost entirely for the money.
Right.
It's not it's not an ideologically based piracy. It is. They make a lot of money on this. It seems like. I mean, I think my understanding is that how much was paid in ransom over the last year?
It's in the high I want to say 200 million, but that term may be wrong, or that number may be wrong. But it's around there. It's around that area. I mean, certain ships I think the Saudis paid 6 million for their ship. There are a lot more hostages on the coast right now awaiting ransom. It's lucrative. I mean, let's just agree that it's lucrative for the pirates who are engaging in this.
It's particularly lucrative given that these people live in Somalia, and it's not like they're legal. It's not like it's either open a Sbarro or go launch a piracy attack. It seems like the piracy attack is, without question, the most lucrative thing they can do.
Right, and in fact, the capital gains tax in Somalia is quite low, so they have every incentive to continue to engage in productive economic activity, like piracy. Part of the problem is that we are looking at a very decentralized organization, and that sort of limits our options, right? At least with Al-Qaeda, when we're thinking about war on terror, even though Al-Qaeda is in many ways decentralized, and has probably become more decentralized since 2001, in this situation we're really looking at different separate organizations. And so when we say fight piracy, actually we're fighting a number of different interconnected pirate gangs with connections that aren't just in Somalia. Piracy is not just these brave Somali pirates, who are brave, right? They're fearless. I mean, this is a dangerous occupation, and engaging in it requires bravery. We're not talking...
Fearlessness would be my word, but okay, go ahead.
Fearless. Very brave, fearless, whatever. Yeah. This is a transnational criminal conspiracy because you need financiers who are going to deal with the money. You need people who identify ships that identify potentially lucrative targets that are going to come through Somali pirate areas. You need people who are going to handle the ransoms, people who are going to invest the ransoms, people who are going to send them to the right people, or distribute them to the right targets within Somalia. And so this isn't just guys in fishing boats. I mean, that's one component. But it's in some ways the least interesting component in terms of the criminal conspiracy.
No, in some ways those are the grunts, presumably, of the international pirate cartel, whatever you want to call it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Pirate enterprise.
Exactly.